Hello! I am here with the end of the year book tag, which was originally created by Ariel Bissett. So I will leave her channel linked down below for you. I'm possibly a little bit late to the game with this one because it's supposed to be an autumn video and we're now sort of mid-November and that means nearly the end of autumn, but let's just look past that and get into the questions. So the first question is, are there any books that you started this year that you still need to finish? And I do have a few books that I have DNF'd this year, so I'm not including those because I don't plan to finish them, but I do currently have 3 books that I'm reading at the moment that I would like to finish. So my current audiobook is Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. I am currently 11 hours and 20 minutes into this one, so I have around 4 hours of the audiobook left, so I will definitely finish that this week probably, so that's good. My current physical read is We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faisal, although I am also listening to the audiobook of this. I decided to read the physical copy while listening to the audiobook because I have heard that the storyline is a little bit confusing, particularly at the beginning, but also and more so because one of the narrators of the audiobook is Steve West, who also narrated the Strange the Dreamer duology by Lanny Taylor, and I really enjoyed that audiobook, so I thought it'd be a good idea to do the reading and audiobook experience for this one like I did with the Strange the Dreamer duology. And then finally, not one that I'm currently reading, but one that I started back in July, I think, and then never got around to finishing, was the State of Sorrow duology, book 1, State of Sorrow by Melinda Salisbury, and I'm around 280 pages into this one, so I've probably only got about 200, maybe 150 pages of this left, and I'm not going to restart it. I think I will just continue on because I remember enough about it to be able to do that, but I would still like to finish this book and then potentially pick up the sequel, but I definitely want to at least finish this book this year. The second question is, do you have an autumnal book to transition you into the winter season that you would like to read? And I'm really not a seasonal reader at all, so I just don't have an answer to this question. Then, is there a new release that you're still waiting for? And the only one I can think of is Starsight by Brandon Sanderson, which is the sequel to Skyward, which is the reason why I'm currently rereading this one in readiness for Starsight, which is at the time I'm filming this, and this should be going up tonight anyway, so I'm pretty sure that the sequel is coming out not next week but the week after, so on the 26th of November, I believe. So yeah, really looking forward to that one, but I don't know about any other new releases for the rest of the year, so if you know of any that you think I'd be interested in, then by all means let me know down below. But yeah, that's the only new release that I'm still anticipating. The next question is, what are 3 books that you want to read before the end of the year? And I've really struggled to think of answers to this question because there are so many books that I want to read and I want to always read them as soon as possible. So if I could read them before the end of the year, I'd read everything on my bookshelves. So this one's a really tricky one. There are 2 that I'm potentially prioritising once I've finished my current reads. Red Sister by Mark Lawrence and The Beautiful by Renee Ahdieh. This is a young adult vampire story, and this is an adult, I think. I don't think this is young adult. I think this is adult. Fantasy assassin school type story, so I'm really looking forward to these 2, but everything on my TBR shelf and everything on my bookshelves really. The next question is there a book that you think could still shock you and become your favourite book of the year? And I think that this is a really difficult question to answer, because if I'm predicting that it could be a favourite of the year, then that's potentially not very shocking. But the book that I've chosen for this is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern, which is a hotly anticipated release for this year, I realise. But I actually haven't read The Night Circus yet. I do have it, but I haven't got round to reading it yet, so I don't have experience with Erin Morgenstern as an author. But this book, well, for starters, it's absolutely beautiful. Just look at it. Gorgeous. But also the premise sounds really interesting, so I'll just read you the blurb. Are you lost or are you exploring? When Zachary Rawlins stumbles across a strange book hidden in his university library, it leads him on a quest unlike any other. Its pages entrance him with their tales of lovelorn prisoners, lost cities and nameless acolytes, but they also contain something impossible, a recollection from his own childhood. Determined to solve the puzzle of the book, Zachary follows the clues he finds on the cover: a bee, a key and a sword. They guide him to a masquerade ball, to a dangerous secret club, and finally through a magical doorway created by the fierce and mysterious Mirabelle. This door leads to a subterranean labyrinth filled with stories hidden far beneath the surface of the earth. When the labyrinth is threatened, Zachary must race with Mirabelle and Dorian, a handsome barefoot man with shifting alliances, through its twisting tunnels and crowded ballrooms, searching for the end of his story. You are invited to join Zachary on the Starless Sea, the home of storytellers, story lovers, and those who will protect our stories at all costs. Which to me just sounds super interesting. It's very meta, so it's a book about books, which I always really enjoy, and it sounds like there's a labyrinth involved, which I'm very excited about because I really love a labyrinth trope. So yeah, I think that there's a good chance that this could be a real success for me, and that would be a surprise because I had no intention of picking up this book until I saw this cover. So that's how I'm interpreting this question. And the final question is, have you started making any reading plans for 2020? And I mean, sort of, I suppose. I have some videos that I have planned that I want to do, some continuations of series that I've started on my channel. So reading challenges and author trials that I want to do. So I guess I've kind of made some reading plans, because when I do those videos I will have to read specific books for those videos, but I haven't set myself any goals or anything yet. So kind of, but not really. Which is a bit of a cop-out answer, I suppose, but I also can't tell you any of my reading plans because that would be spoilers for the series that I want to do on my channel, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, I haven't done especially well with answering questions for this tag video really, have I? But anyway, if you've done this video too, then leave me your link down below. If you haven't and you fancy answering the questions, I will have them in the description bar, so feel free to answer in the comments. And that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more like this from me, then do think about hitting that subscribe button, and I hope to see you here again soon. Thanks! Bye!